And welcome back to Yahoo Finance on the Move. We're watching the Dow, which is off about 80 points at this moment. Millions of our fellow countrymen will lose that $600 weekly additional unemployment benefit that they were getting from the federal government. And yet the Senate has adjourned for the weekend without doing anything to assist these men and women. We're going to be joined now by Jessica Smith to talk to us about where we stand with stimulus for our countrymen. And I imagine there's a collective, really? Being echoed across the country.
Right. Those benefits are set to expire today. Really, people stopped receiving them last week, and Congress still has not gotten anything done. In addition, the Paycheck Protection Program is set to end a week from tomorrow. So there's more than just those enhanced unemployment benefits, though that has been the focus recently. But you'll remember the Paycheck Protection Program was designed to help keep small businesses afloat during the pandemic through forgivable loans. But now many people have already used up those loans, and unless they get more help from Washington, they could face the possibility of having to lay off workers once again.
The Paycheck Protection Loan and all of the other government assistance has been absolutely critical.
Victoria Lai owns Ice Cream Jubilee, a popular ice cream shop with 2 locations in D.C. and 1 in nearby Virginia. When the pandemic hit, she applied for a Paycheck Protection Program loan to pay her employees. Lai temporarily shut down and then revamped her storefronts for socially distant sales. But as the pandemic drags on, she says she won't make it through the winter without more help.
There is a lot of uncertainty about what's going to happen in the second half of 2020. I can't grow and sell, and I can't hire because we just don't know what the virus will bring and what Congress will pass.
Lai is not alone. This week, a National Federation of Independent Business survey found 71% of business owners have used their entire PPP loan. 46% of borrowers said they'll need more financial support over the next 12 months.
If business owners like myself had the assurance that there was a second wave of PPP coming up, I could continue pivoting and trying to build my business.
On Monday, Republicans unveiled their opening offer for the next stimulus package, known as the HEALS Act. Small Business Committee Chairman Marco Rubio says the government has an obligation to help businesses that have been forced to shut down.
Otherwise, we will lose not just the backbone of our economy, but the millions of jobs that come with it, and the impact would be catastrophic.
Rubio proposes putting $190 billion of new and existing money toward the Paycheck Protection Program. His plan would let small businesses get a second PPP loan if they've had a 50% drop in revenue and have fewer than 300 employees. The top Democrat on the committee, Senator Ben Cardin, wants to allow second loans for businesses with fewer than 100 employees. Both the Republican and Democratic proposals also set aside some money for the smallest businesses. Cardin told Yahoo Finance he's optimistic.
And there's a lot of similarities. I think we all want to do more for those businesses that really need it.
Still, lawmakers have issues to work through. Business groups say the 50% revenue loss requirement is too high and will leave out some businesses that are still struggling. Some lawmakers and lobbying groups also want to see a more simplified forgiveness process.
Businesses and lenders will have to spend billions of dollars to receive the forgiveness that was promised them.
The chair of the House Small Business Committee, Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez, says the HEALS Act does not meet the moment. She says the next bill must do more to prioritize and set aside PPP resources for our smallest and most vulnerable businesses, including pumping more capital into the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, which the HEALS Act fails to do. But several Republicans say the HEALS Act is already too expensive. Senator Ron Johnson says he won't agree to any additional stimulus money.
I hope the negotiations fail in terms of new spending. I hope they succeed from a standpoint of taking a look at what we've already done and just spending that money in a much more intelligent, more directed way.
Johnson would rather repurpose CARES Act money to give grants to employers who offer their workers employee stock ownership plans.
I think this will reduce income inequality. I think ownership in a business by the people who work for it is a good thing.
Lai says income inequality should be top of mind for lawmakers as they consider their next move, especially after seeing the list of previous PPP recipients.
I think that small independent stores like Ice Cream Jubilee that aren't corporate chains, that don't have private equity backing, look at those and help those employers that help wage employees first.
Now, another piece of the Republican plan would be a new program offering long-term low-interest loans to certain small businesses, seasonal employers, and businesses with fewer than 500 employees if they're in low-income areas. Those loans would not be forgivable, but they could be paid back over the next 20 years at a 1% interest rate. Senator Marco Rubio says the goal of that new program would be to help minority and underserved communities. Adam?
Jessica, let's wrap all this up. When's Congress going to pass something? Because we know they will.
I mean, that's the big question. I wish I had an answer for you there. Speaker Pelosi was just talking to reporters, as well as the White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, and they are far apart on this. They have not come to any agreement. They haven't been able to agree on even a short-term fix. So really, there is no sign of compromise here in D.C. The Senate is adjourned for the weekend, though there is going to be talks between the Democratic leadership and the White House this weekend. So we'll see if they can make any kind of progress there.